Always start Mainoo. Manchester United legend Paul Scholes has spoken. Eric Ten Hag should trust the youngster, the new emerging sensation, the new excitement of the Red Devils. Kobbie Mainoo has caught the eye of one of the best midfielders this club has had. Perhaps this is the closest to what he gave us in his heydays. Welcome to the hotspot. My name is Webb, and it's the eve of that game at St. James Park. Newcastle United taking on Manchester United, and of course, after moving on from that painful draw against Galatasaray, where Kobbie Mainoo came off the bench and tried, but we considered 2 goals in the time he was on the pitch. But guys, you can't blame anything on the youngster. He was exposed, but it was already too much damage. The game was too much for him by the time he came on. It was too much for everyone, and that's why everyone was wondering why Eric Ten Hag did not start him. But in that pre-match press conference, Eric Ten Hag said today that, we've got so many games to play and we've got a big squad. We've got to rotate players and rest players. It's about protecting these players and keeping them fit. But why do you need to protect a player who makes football look so easy? I was thinking, what is there to protect Kobbie Mainoo against? I think he knows how to take care of his body. You can't get to him in terms of finding the ball. He looks like, and the boss Eric Ten Hag was also praising him, saying this boy, first of all, he likes him for his scanning, how he scans and looks and sees things. Bruno Fernandes said it immediately after the game that the boy sees things before anyone else. He looks like he has more time on the ball than everyone else. He protects the ball like everyone else. He knows when to be slow, when to switch so fast. He's a good scanner. And I was telling people that you may not see the exact impact of Kobbie Mainoo if you're not a person who looks at football at its entirety. Most people are excited by individual players who are exciting and quickly, run and do step overs and score and shoot, to goal. But Kobbie Mainoo's importance at Manchester United is one that you cannot compare to any player, not even Rasmus Højlund. Why? Because Kobbie Mainoo, unlike most players who bring their qualities, Mason Greenwood will bring his qualities and he will score good goals, and United will win games because of his individual qualities. For Kobbie Mainoo, his unique quality is he lifts the entire team. He makes everyone in the team look better. I've told you this. This one thing to have a player, Kylian Mbappe. If Mbappe joined Manchester United, the shine will be on Mbappe. He will certainly shine because he's Mbappe. He will score goals. It's about him. For Kobbie Mainoo, he is the kind of player who can attract Mbappe to Man U, because Mbappe knows if he plays in the same team with Kobbie Mainoo, he will be a better forward than he is now. Kobbie Mainoo is that player who makes everyone around him. I'll give you an example. I think Sopha and Amrabat played decently well before he was pulled off in that game against Galatasaray because of Kobbie Mainoo's debut. When this boy came, these guys are learning from this kid. He's a natural, he's the perfect player for that holding midfield role. He's such a natural, his vision, but also he puts players who are on big wages under pressure to perform. You see a young 18-year-old kid bossing things like Kobbie Mainoo was doing against Everton. Your Amrabat, with debates on whether you should stay or leave, you will step up your game, obviously, unless you're not serious. So Kobbie Mainoo has lifted everyone. The way he was picking people, the way he let Bruno Fernandes lose, to commit on going forward. This boy is a gem. He's a sensation. Now, this is exactly what Paul Scholes is saying. Look, if he's good enough, forget about his age. The footballers live on the pitch. That's where they want to be. If you're fit, you want to be playing football. So the manager has no, and we understand if he starts and he doesn't play the full 90 minutes. That's okay. But he should be starting games because we need him to organize us at the start. Even if he's going to play for only 30 minutes, if you feel he's not fit enough to play 60, which I don't think is the case anyway, because everything comes off natural for him. There is no effort for Kobbie Mainoo. His game reading, you saw how he cleared that ball off the line. The way he thought about it and ran, this boy is different. He does everything effortlessly. So Paul Scholes, who is arguably the best midfielder United has had in open era, is saying this boy should be starting games. And indeed, against Everton, expect him to be the first name on that starting sheet. I'll tell you, they will boo. Supporters, home and away supporters alike, will boo Eric Ten Hag if Mainoo does not start that game. But who should he be starting with? And again, Paul Scholes was talking about this, something I spoke about earlier in one of my video where I was telling you the 5 lessons we learned after the game against against Galatasaray, I was telling you that one of the things we learn is we cannot be playing with one holding midfielder, even when Kobbie Mainoo is good. Remember, Kobbie Mainoo is he's a good holding midfielder because he's naturally good probably at everything. But he's even a better number 10. Put him where Bruno plays, and trust me, with his eye and passes, he will assist goals for fun. But he's also a good number 8. So you you realize that whenever Manchester United, and this is what Scholes was saying, the confusion that Eric Ten Hag has is his fascination about attacking and attacking and attacking, and that's why he wants to keep playing the way he was playing at Ajax with one holding midfielder and the rest of them mostly attackers. But in the Premier League, this will expose you, and we've seen it. When Manchester United doesn't have the ball, we are hugely exposed. Even with Kobbie Mainoo, whereas against Everton he tried, but you remember clearly that he had a lot of work to do because Calvert-Lewin was all over us like a body rush. It's because when we don't have the ball, we expose ourselves. The guys going forward expose the holding midfielder too much, and if you find an effective opposition, they will punish you through the middle. So even for Kobbie, it will be too much for him. That is why United has got to be playing with two holding midfielders, and that's why against a team like Newcastle, that you know that will certainly run at you, you need to have Mainoo playing again together with someone with more holding, more defensive responsibilities. Most like, for me, the best person would be Amrabat. If we're not sure how fit he is because he was stretched off with the second, because he was booked, maybe he was injured as well. Who knows? But the point for me is Man United should be playing with two holding midfielders, and this is exactly what Paul Scholes is saying. The confusion that Eric Ten Hag has got to sort, because if we don't do that, we are going to end up again scoring many goals because we look like now we've got the fit to score the goals, but we will concede almost as much as many. That's why United has conceded the most goals by this stage in the Champions League history. Yet we have the top scorer in United. We've scored the most goals probably. So I think that's one adjustment that Eddie Ten Hag has got to do. Let him, for a moment, forget about the fascination of playing with one holding midfielder and so many attack-minded players, because you will go attacking but expose yourself. So you will score, they will score. You score, they will score. They will score. So we'll end up having 4-all draws, 5-all draws, or being beaten or winning games closely. So that's, for me, a tight situation. But for Mainoo, the biggest attribute of this boy, his ability to see things everyone does not see. And such a player will attract. So, and I think in the next summer, and you will attest to this, Manchester United is going to have a more allure for top players than we've had after Sir Alex Ferguson, than we've had before, especially in certain forward-going position. I will tell you, because of Kobbie Mainoo, Manchester United can sign Kylian Mbappe. Yes, in the summer when he's out of PSG, if he's not done and dusted with Real Madrid, because we understand he agreed in principle verbally with the president of Real Madrid, but with Kobbie Mainoo, if I'm Mbappe, I would want to play in a team with Kobbie Mainoo than I would want to play in a team with Jude Bellingham, because Mainoo will make me a better player. Jude Bellingham will shine together. He will shine, I will shine. Because Jude Bellingham is a guy, one player who will get the ball from the box and dodge, dribble everyone and go and score by himself. Kobbie Mainoo doesn't do that. He will scan and see where Mbappe is with his pace. Mbappe will score 50 goals a season. So that is the kind of player we're talking about. He is a Paul Scholes. The same thing Paul Scholes had. Those Nestroys of this world, the top strikers we had as United, love to play for United because of the vision of Paul Scholes. Every striker would have wished and prayed to play in a team that has a player like Paul Scholes. Kobbie Mainoo is our Paul Scholes now. Let's use him. Let's put him there. Let him organize the team. Let him improve us. And that way, we should be able to win. So for me, I predicted as 11 tomorrow. I'll give it to you. I think for me, I'm not sure how bad it is between Eric Ten Hag and Rafael Varane, but I would love to see Varane start alongside Maguire in this team that looks a bit solid. We need to see the experience of Varane in that back and how it looks. I want to see it. I'm not sure Eric Ten Hag would do that, but I think for me, I would want to see Varane start with Maguire, Bissaka on the right, Luke Shaw on the left, two holding midfielders, Kobbie Mainoo playing alongside Amrabat, then Bruno up top as the number 10, then Højlund on top as the number 9, then Alejandro Garnacho obviously has had his left position for keeps. Then on the right, if if a player had a good game, reward him with a good game. So for me, Anthony had a decent game against Galatasaray. I would start him again. Anyway, Eric Ten Hag loves him, but I think judging by his last performance, Anthony should be among the first players again on the squad sheet. I don't want to hear about Marcus Rashford coming in and starting because he will disorganize what we are trying to build. Nothing against him, but this is the opportune time for him to be benched. In goal, people are talking about the opportunity for Altay Baindil. I think Eric Ten Hag has got a full backing for Andre Onana because the reality is that, like I've been saying, Onana has been scapegoated, but the boy has been making more saves than mistakes. So you don't scapegoat a goalkeeper because of the miss. David De Gea was making saves, and will make one holer, and we are all shouting. So these mistakes are always going to happen to these goalkeepers, more so if the team is not thick. If if the outfield players are playing are perfect, then most likely the goalkeeper is also going to be good. If they are not, they'll have a lot of burden to carry. The same thing David De Gea suffered is what Andre Onana is suffering. So for me, I think, yes, does Onana need a bit of competition and pressure? Yes, there are certain basic mistakes he makes that I think for a goalkeeper at that level don't look good on him. But the bottom line for me is he is not as bad as everyone wants us to believe. I think for me, it's not done for him. Anyhow, my name is Webb. This is the hotspot. I'll catch you later. What do you think? Mainoo starting like Paul Scholes said should he be there in all games? I think so. Why not if he's fit? Hotspot, subscribe. I'll catch you later, fam.